Hi guys, Sithx6 here, and today I'll be talking about dark thought experiments and moral dilemmas. So today's topic is loli hentai and how it's good for society. Before we get into it, I feel like it's important to talk about what exactly utilitarianism is, so it'll be easier to follow my train of thought and how I came to the conclusion that loli hentai is good for society. So utilitarianism is a moral philosophy that judges actions based on their consequences, holding that the most ethical choice is the one that produces the greatest good for the greater number of people. That means when given two moral choices, you should always pick the one that minimizes suffering while maximizing pleasure. So that's important, and I'll put the text up on the screen so you can read it at your own leisure, because I really want you to understand utilitarianism and how I came to the conclusion that loli hentai is good. And I think once you understand what utilitarianism is, then you would come to the same conclusion as me. And by the end of this video, I hope that you would agree with me, because if not, let me tell you, you are a horrible person if you don't agree with me. So the point I'm making here is when presented with two difficult moral choices, you should always pick the one that reduces suffering while maximizing pleasure. Today we'll be comparing two realities: watching loli hentai versus committing sexual assault or rape. What's worse? Watching loli hentai in the privacy of your own home, behind closed doors, you're not hurting anyone, you're not going out to commit an atrocious act of rape, a horrible violent crime. Loli hentai is far less destructive than rape and child porn. While both aren't morally perfect, the distinction is clear. One involves a consenting person pleasuring themselves in privacy to loli hentai, the other is a violent crime that destroys lives. This distinction has to be made. People seem to forget that loli hentai is pornography. With that being said, it's important to recognize not all content is equal. For example, loli hentai is not child porn, and it is not real. It's literally just light and pixels. It's no different from the pixels when watching a video or playing video games. Whereas child porn is a disgusting, evil act that preys on the innocent, taking away their consent. If you want to ban loli hentai, then that means you want to ban all computers, all tablets, all TVs, anything that has pixels on a screen. That's exactly what loli hentai is. It's art, it's pixels, it's light. So there's no comparison. Loli hentai is better than child porn. That's a distinction that needs to be made. Loli hentai is not child porn. Loli hentai is a self-voluntary act one watches in the privacy of their own home behind closed doors, whereas rape or child porn removes consent and inflicts severe long-term trauma to the victim. From a utilitarian perspective, where the goal is to minimize suffering and maximize well-being, loli hentai produces infinitely less suffering than rape or child porn, because loli hentai doesn't produce any suffering. It only produces pleasure and happiness. Consent is the dividing line for what's acceptable and unacceptable. You can watch loli hentai without forcing someone to do something they don't want to do, whereas rape, you're not giving the child a choice. For some people struggling with unhealthy or dangerous thoughts, loli hentai can serve as a coping mechanism or form of damage reduction. It's a substitute for the real thing, providing a release or distraction, keeping people busy for years, delaying or preventing them from finding a victim to rape or sexually assault. In other words, loli hentai prevents rape. So what's the point of this video, you may ask? I want to be clear, the point of this video is to protect consent, reduce harm, and to offer a safer and healthier path forward. In this case, the lesser of two evils, which is loli hentai, because it's infinitely better than rape. So the lesser of two evils isn't an abstract choice. It could actually be a life-saving one. Banning or making loli hentai illegal could result in rape or more child porn. And in this case, I believe the answer is obvious. Loli hentai is far less destructive than committing a violent, atrocious act such as rape. This is why loli hentai should not be banned. Our rights are being taken away from us, and we have to fight for justice. We have to voice our concerns and make it so we can watch loli hentai whenever we want.